Hello and welcome back to TEW 2016, the branding solution, and we are here on Smackdown, the women's only brand, leading up to the pay-per-view Unstoppable. And we start with our pre-show where the Psycho Ward defeat Tessa Blanchard and Mandy Leon. I gave Jessica Havoc the win, and then my go-to backup tag team heels are such the Psycho Ward. They're not quite good enough to be champs, but they're solid enough to make a face team look good. Our next match, our number one contender Emma defeats Evie. This is getting worrying how bad Emma actually is, because I put her in the title picture just to see, and her performances are not good. Yes, this is another pair of homage jobbers. Ila Shirar is meant to be one of my hot prospects, so I gave her a win in a terrible match. Ember Moon defeats Nikki Glenn Cross, or in other words, Nikki Cross from NXT, in a surprisingly good match. I'm quite happy with that. A 50 rating for any pre-show match is good. Brooke Adams and Candice LeRae defeat Katrina Lee and Letapa. I'm trying to give Candice LeRae and Brooke Adams as a potential new tag team. They worked well as a team against Nia Jax, even though they ended up coming up on the losing side. And Gail Kim defeats Andrea. A nice simple win, that one. And Naomi defeats Alea in the main event, which got a nice 56 rating, which I'm happy with. So we'll head into the main show, and we start with Emma opening in the ring, cutting a promo saying why she didn't shake Sasha's hand, and that she is tired of being underestimated. She's going to prove to Sasha and the rest of the women that she deserves to be number one contender. Sasha comes out, says she's never underestimated anyone in her career. She's not going to start now. You ignored my respect. As Sasha continues, Emma goes to swing for her, only to duck. And Sasha hits the bank statement, but Emma manages to just roll out the back of the ring before she could lock in the full submission. And a 92 rating is a really good start to her. Considering Emma doesn't quite look up to main event standard. So I'm reasonably happy with that. There is hope still for the Emma-Sasha Banks match. We start the show with a squash match with Nia Jax squashing Vivian, the usual. And Taryn Terrell runs out and goes to finish her finisher on Nia Jax, but Nia Jax doesn't feel a thing, and Terrell just runs out. SAS lose to G-Next. And they are number one contenders. They've got to be winning matches. And afterwards, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay chase them off after they try and continue an attack on the SAS. Next up, Carmella defeats Levi Bates, which is a surprisingly good match. 65. And that's the match of the night so far. Afterwards, Carmella cuts a promo on Asuka, claiming she will beat her this time for the Intercontinental Women's Championship. And if she tries to come back early from her injury, she'll put her on the shelf for good. Basically, Asuka got knock last week, which I was worried about because it said 2 months, but we used a little bit of the medical. We had the operation, and it put her down to about 2 weeks, so she will be back for Unstoppable, thankfully. But she can't be used on angles, which is a pain. Nikki Bella defeated Mickie James. Then TaylorMade distracted Mickie James, continuing to haunt her. A 69 is a good rating. And afterwards, they try to continue the attack, but Bayley comes down to save the day. And a 74, we're heading in the right direction as the show goes on. And we're back. Well, it was a bit of a squash match. I have Alicia Fox defeat Taylor Hendricks. And afterwards, Naomi joins Alicia Fox as they call out Angel Williams and Ashley Lane, which leads to a big brawl between the two teams. Alexa Bliss defeats Joyce O'Brien. I needed Alexa to have a nice easy win. Decent match, and a 58. Alexa carried the whole match. And afterwards, Paige comes down and uses Alexa's own finisher. And a 79. It's really digging up the rivalry between the two. Next up, we have the first Kathy Kelly interview segment. As I said, we started Kathy on this one. We didn't have the Phillips report on Raw, but the Bradley report is on Shockwave. And Charlotte's the first guest, and Charlotte tells Becky you have no right to attack me. I'm the queen of the women's brand. I will prove that at Unstoppable by putting Becky right back where she belongs. And the two of them are going to be having a submission match at Unstoppable, which I think could be the surprise package of the night. And to show Becky Lynch, Charlotte's not going to be there, so we're doing the whole Becky Lynch have a match. She beats Summer Rae, simple enough. Edge decides to book a match between Summer Rae and Natalya. They're like the main two others that are not quite in the main event picture yet, but could have good match. And it's already been put in. And our main event, which surprisingly is bad, to be honest, is Bayley defeating Paige. It's probably because it's face versus face. Yes. Otherwise, I'm really disappointed that this is such a low rating. Afterwards, Bayley and Paige go to shake hands after a good main event. But Alexa Bliss and Nikki Bella come from behind, lay them both out, stand tall to end Smackdown. And at 79, this is going to be quite a bad show. I think we're going to struggle to get more strongly into the 70s. We're at 76. It's not as bad as it could have been, but we could have done a lot better. So let's see what the news is all about. And we've made it back to the main screen, so let's check. Did we beat TNA? That is the question. They got a 67, which is not as good as us about this. Otherwise, we're doing well enough. Cedric Alexander wants a pay rise, fair enough. Any good news? A contract is expiring. Yeah, we'll read it. TaylorMade is too clumsy. Interesting. Let's see who Patrick Clark is. Enhancement talent. We could keep him just to be enhancement. For another year, see what happens. Oh, then you're not having a new contract then. You're not being on my main roster of that poor a rating. It's as simple as that. There's nothing remotely good. Nothing you get. We'll try that one more time. It's non-negotiable where it's a developmental or you're going. This is all you're having. You can moan, then you're gone. That's it. Finished. You will not be staying with the WWE. That seems harsh, but that's all I can really do. Let's check the Smackdown storylines. It's a solid one. Keeps going well. It's going to be a difficult one. Still struggling. Still solid. Better than it should be. Always my weak link. And it's difficult when Asuka's not around. But she's not very good at promo. She usually wins the fighting side of everything. Ember, Carmella, and Billie Kay all making that list. Only Rosa, but we don't care about Rosa. 3 bookings, so far unstoppable. It's going to be Bayley versus Nikki in a 2 out of 3 falls. Becky Charlotte submission. Plain tag team championship match. Plain singles match. The last woman standing match. This is a nice little just plain match. And they're going to be in an escape cage match because Taylor Made keeps running away. So I believe that covers everything for SmackDown. As you can see, the SmackDown shows are weakish. That's probably the weakest we've had in a while, but so you can get the odd one that's really bad. And the SmackDown pay-per-view was 76, so like when you compare it to Shockwave, which is even worse at the moment, we're doing okay. Raw is obviously the highlight show. It turned out better than I actually thought, but still, yeah. So that'll finish this show. We'll be back with Shockwave next time. Let me know what you think of the upcoming Unstoppable pay-per-view. Thank you for watching.